Hey everyone, Falling Star here for a fairly short video. This is a July test server, no global test server, it's just a small Chinese test, nothing big. It's mostly just Outbreak Changes to be honest. But there is a new grenade though, so there's that. As always, this is still in development and things are bound to change, so keep that in mind when you're watching the video. So for about 90% of you, I'm fairly certain that this test server don't really affect you. There is a new grenade, so there is that, but that's about it. It's all just Outbreak Changes, and from what I hear, Outbreak isn't very popular on the global server. It is fairly popular, I believe, on the Chinese server, which is why IGN is pouring effort into Outbreak mode, but, well, it probably won't affect a lot of you guys. I'll leave the Outbreak Changes to the end. Let's just start with the changes that affect you guys, actually. So first we got a new grenade. It's an interceptor grenade that blocks bullets instead of grenades. However, unlike the interceptor, it will block bullets from both sides and both teams. So bullets cannot go in nor go out, and no matter who shoots at it, it will block it. It has about 500 HP, although its effectiveness does decrease as time goes on. Maybe you guys will find this grenade useful when trying to plant or defuse a bomb. Who knows? Do keep in mind that it does not block skills or other grenades, so Mighty Meow or Audrey's ult will be able to go through it, and so will other grenades. I don't have much else to say about this grenade. I'm sure you guys can find plenty of uses for it. Anyways, moving on to the tiny balance changes that we have. First off, for Xinghui, her passive no longer requires the player to be near her allies to activate, so she basically gets a permanent armor heal. Notice how I am getting the heal from my passive even though my nearest ally is 70 meters away. Her Awakening 1's armor regen also won't get interrupted when she takes damage. For comparison, this is what happens currently. Compared to the previous clip, there is noticeably less healing after taking damage. For Chiyo, her Awakening 3 will additionally slow enemies, 30% for 1 second and then 15% for 1. Her ultimate skill will now initially deal 180 damage per second and decay eventually to 50 damage per second. Before it was 250 damage per second and decay to 50. However, the explosion now only takes 1.6 seconds to happen instead of 2 seconds. Side by side. So basically you got less time to run, but even if you get hit by it, it won't be as devastating. You know how when you press F1, you can learn about all the skills of the characters? Well, that menu got redesigned. And here it is. Now, time for Outbreak mode. This game mode got quite a few changes. I'll just talk about the things I think are interesting or just the biggest stuff. I won't go through all the changes, there's a bunch of balance changes that I will not mention. I'll leave it to you guys to find out if you guys are interested. So, do you guys remember Port Euler Knight? I talked about it in my previous video. Well, it's getting added. Probably next patch, judging by the fact that it is in the current patch notes. The AIs on this map still don't move. Even though this map was there for a previous test server, so there should be some data for robots to train on, but it's just a test server. They'll move when the maps get released to the actual server. Oh yes, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Outbreak's now 20 people. It's a 16v4 situation. There are 16 humans at the start and 4 crystallines. And the final showdown happens when there are only 4 super strings left. Maybe this will offer more interesting matches. Who knows? Crystallines will now actually get a 100 shield per second recovery and cannot be interrupted with damage. So they'll just constantly have a 100 shield per second recovery. And lastly, I'm going to mention 40 new cards. I will show them on screen while I'm talking and pause if you want to get a closer look. Do keep in mind that their names are not official, they're just my own translations. 22 human cards, and 18 crystalline cards. I assume they will be implemented in a similar way as last time. Like last time we had this event where we earned points and we used to exchange those points for cards. Probably the same thing this time. Although I'm not too sure because I don't know what iDreamSky is thinking. And well, that's it for this video. This is an extremely short patch, like I said. The only reason I'm making a video about this patch is because I got into the test server, unlike last time from a Conquest test server. That was also a very small patch. However, I didn't get into the test server, so I didn't make a video about it. This time I got in, so I'm making a video about it. Anyways, I would also like to thank my 2 channel members for continuing to support me, even though I've been on a kind of a hiatus for a while. Thank you, 96 Yuku and Wakai. Thank you very much. And yeah, drop a like if you like the video, comment if you have something to say, subscribe if you like my content, and I'll see you next time.